Alright, hello everyone, welcome to Outdoor School of Thought. My name is Mark. I'm here with my cousin Virgil. And today we are going to go crabbing. There's no point in trying to hide where I'm at. I think if you recognize what's in the background over here, I think you know exactly where I'm at. So, today we're going to do a pineapple fried rice episode with crab. We're going to do a catch and cook right here on the pier. Stay tuned. A lot of times when people go crabbing, they like to use chicken for bait. I've found that since crabs are scavengers, they really like fish heads and carcasses that I've saved from my previous catches. And if I'm completely out of fish waste, I like going to the seafood section of any Asian supermarket to find the cheapest fresh fish they have in stock for bait. Luckily today, I was able to bring a bag of frozen herring that I saved from the Sausalito herring run. You need to check out the episode if you haven't already. Once my cousin Virgil left, my friends Nino, Michelle, and Linda showed up to learn how to crab.
The reason why this has like hardware cloth on it is so if you notice the original cage, it has big squares like that. A lot of times the crab can actually pick at the bait and tear it out through the cage. So you want to limit how much bait you can actually see. Okay. That's why all this stuff is like zip tied to it. Right. And then it's just good to have like enough zip ties to secure it closed so that they don't rip it out through the cage. So we got a lot of herring from January. If you haven't seen that herring episode, you should watch it. So you're gonna grab the fish and jam it in there. Yeah.
Jam it. Has the herring been like frozen?
Yeah.
They're stuck together. Oh my god. Okay, you want to do some?
Nope, you're doing great.
Alright, we're good with that.
Oh!
I think just take a zip tie. And you might notice that like if you come out to the pier, there's a lot of zip ties sitting around. Rather than like just kind of leave it, you might want to just reuse them.
Repurpose.
You got to repurpose them. Just want to make sure that's secure, because a lot of sea lions come by this pier, and what they'll do is they'll actually try and rip the cage off of the crab net.
Some people zip tie their bait directly to their crab traps, but using a bait cage makes it more difficult for sea lions and other fish to tamper with your bait. Sea lions are known for destroying crab traps in order to steal unsecured bait.
Oh, there's two of them.
Depending on where you deploy your traps on a pier, there are varying types of terrain on the seafloor. You may find that areas closer to shore have sandy bottoms, or may have a lot of seaweed where Dungeness crab reside. Areas of the pier that are deeper and farther out may have more mud flats and rocky structures where red rock crabs may reside.
I agree with you. Oh, they're little guys.
Yeah, so usually, so when you get a rock crab, you want to make sure that you have something to measure your crab with. It's got to be at least 4 inches across the carapace, and it starts from this point to this point inside of it. Generally, you want to use a crab gauge, so obviously that's over 4 inches, so this is legal size. So just go ahead and put this in the bucket. Now, have you seen my other videos? I usually rubber band them because they get really aggressive with each other.
The safest way to handle crabs is by holding them by their hind legs. If the crabs haven't molted, meaning they still have a hard exoskeleton, you can use a firm grasp to control them and not have to worry about their legs. However, if you notice their exoskeleton is soft or it's a little bit translucent, you might want to take extra care to make sure their legs don't break while you handle them. While you hold their hind legs, it's a good practice to keep your hands and fingers away from the range of their pincers. Rock crabs are notoriously strong, they can break skin and even bones. When you throw your crab trap into the water, it's really important that you throw it far away enough from the pier so that it doesn't get tangled with any features of the pier. Once it hits the water, continue to hold onto the rope to make sure that it lays flat on the bottom of the seafloor. Once you're sure it's flat, you should manage the slack of the rope and tie it to the pier so that it doesn't move with the current. A lot of times, traps end up wrapped around pylons or end up being swept under the pier because of the tide. Once that happens, it's really hard to retrieve your trap.
There it is, and then every 15 minutes, you want to check your line.
Got wet.
That was solid. There's seaweed?
No.
Okay, so the reason why we're using seawater is you want to match the salinity of the water that they were originally in. So even if you were using fresh water, you want to add salt to it. And so we're going to let that boil up, and then what we're going to do right now is we're going to start dispatching the crab.
Wait,
So-
are they all dead? Oh, no, this guy's moving.
So what you would do is normally you would pull the apron back like that, and then, oh, it's alive. You'll pull this apron back, and you'll notice that there's a hole right here. If you go ahead and use this ice pick and go like that, that will generally destroy the nervous system so that they don't feel anything, and they'll go limp. To make sure they go brain dead, you want to stab it in the mouth. You want to get in the mouth, and then just kind of go around like that, and you basically lobotomize the crab. Obviously, rock crab like to play in the mud and in, rocky structures. So you want to make sure that you scrub this a little bit before it actually goes into the boil. So see, obviously it went limp. I feel like this is the most humane way to go about it.
Right here is where you would separate it. You kind of just stick your thumb right there, and then you can separate it.
Outside of the lake.
So you can separate it whole.
Oh my god.
Some people like eating that stuff and mixing it with like rice.
I love that.
You got to be careful because you want to call the crab hotline. There is literally a crab hotline, and it'll tell you if it's safe to eat.
Oh.
Safe to eat it.
Wait, where does the spot that you just did that? Right here? Right here?
Yeah. So
Like-
lift this, separate it right here. There you go.
Or like pull this?
Yeah. Keep going.
Do I,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna pull the leg off separate.
There you go.
Oh wow.
There you go.
Whoa.
So the thing is, you want to make sure you keep these just in case Department of Fish and Game come by and they want to make sure that you kept legal size crab. You want to make sure you keep these. Okay. So while I'm frying up this minced garlic for the fried rice, Michelle and Nino are extracting the meat from the crab shells. The next step is to scramble 2 eggs for the fried rice. Don't mind the box of White Claw, that's where the discarded crab shells are going. Don't forget to season your rice with sesame oil, soy sauce, salt, and pepper. For the vegetables, I just mixed in a bag of frozen lima beans, corn, carrots, and peas. Make sure you keep stirring the rice so that the bottom of it doesn't burn. And then for some garnish and some extra flavor, I chopped up some cilantro and added it to the fried rice. I added fresh diced pineapples last. If I had an opportunity to do it again, I would probably sear the pineapples in a separate pan in order to caramelize the outside. You will need to balance the sweetness and acidity with soy sauce or salt. People tend to not like rock crab because it has a smaller yield than Dungeness crab, but I feel like it's really underrated. The meat is really good. Once you've gone through all the labor of extracting the crab meat, it's time to mix the crab into the fried rice. If I had some chili oil, I would add some to the rice for some extra kick.
That looks bomb.
This would be a good time to do a taste test. You could add more soy sauce, sesame oil, or salt to taste. Once you're done, go ahead and start scooping into the pineapple for presentation. Cool. Yeah! Crab pineapple fried rice. I can't hear that.
It is really good.
Okay.
It is. It's just like when I eat something good, I cuss, and so it's kind of hard for me. So bomb. There we go. That's all you're gonna get from me.
Yup. Yup. God damn!